Oh, here's Butcher. Let's see how we fetch against this guy. Yeah, look at this. This is how it fights Butcher. Alright, this is the Boar Lightning Sorcerer that I prepared for Abba 12-0. Pretty tanky build, high DPS still. We have Disobedience on the Amulet, so we are gonna be rocking like... I mean, I think you want like a minimum of 15k armor, and we're gonna have like about 17k playing with the Firebolt enchantment. So we have Disobedience up permanently. And this is looking to be good DPS, but also insanely tanky. A version of the build. We're gonna straight elites. We do not play the Raiment. However, we have it on Switch if we need. Yeah, we see here we have 17.7k armor. We don't know how much is gonna be needed in the new endgame. And we're playing Flicker Steps here, so that means we can like reduce our cooldowns pretty comfortable. If we so choose to. Yeah, our damage is still insane. Like we're still like just balling here with 26k attack power. And we overall have good mobility. And some decent crowd control as well. And watch us here as we go through this. We don't even lose any HP. Just want to have the balls active at all times. As they keep all our buffs up as well. Here, like once you touch one of these elites, you basically die immediately. And we can like be pretty chill and stand in most of the stuff without even worrying. And then on the ultimate you definitely want for the boss as well. But in a big scenario you're gonna have your toughness up. This one also goes down like pretty quickly. You can basically just face tank him and just ball him down. And this will work when he has a lot more HP as well, as we find a new... Not Tarvasha ring, yeah, we're playing the Tarvasha's loop. Sure, and I'm actually still leveling my glyphs. We're playing with Elementalist right now. Paragon board is probably going to change a little bit, obviously when we have the new glyph. Let's do like one or two more runs, and then I'll show you the build. So I have to switch ready here for like a speed version, like obviously Raiment plus Esu is a more speed oriented version with lots of more movement speed. I can show you that version as well with pixels. It's not gonna have quite as much armor, but I think we're still gonna rock like 15k plus. But it would activate our glass cannon passive. These can be like the craziest, like these archers, but we have lots of like range reduction. And as I said, like we have perma like good armor value. Actually, like 18k might be a little overkill, but we'll see how high the monsters scale in the new system. Like for here, it's definitely reducing the damage permanently from everything. Here we can just like jump this, everything dies, and we are like super tanky, man. And we have some crazy healing as well. Like, as I said, our movement speed is not the biggest here. We could have way more with Esu. But we don't really we'll need that, I think, in Zero. Like, it's more gonna be about DPS. And just about having a strong survivability. So here's our key, and you notice here we have just the burn. We also have lots of damage reduction while burning, like for example on our offhand. So we burn everything with Firebolt. And that gives us tremendous toughness values. And we're just gonna stand here on this boss and just like blast him down basically with our bolts. We can be pretty ballsy, and yeah, we're getting still the last glyphs up. Let's do one more run here, like more where we engage a bit more poison. On Sirocco Caverns. Druid quality of life, yeah. There could definitely be a lot done. But yeah, this Sorc is probably one of the most promising builds for the Abba 12-0, just because it's so tanky. And you can also like do this kind of stuff, so you don't even have to walk down the ladders. And Sorcerer, also is the only class that has this immortality potential, right? Where you just have Flame Shield if you want. And you could just use Flame Shield to basically tank everything in the Abattoir, no matter how much damage they do. Obviously we'll have to see how that exactly is gonna work. But I guess we'll see that pretty soon. 5th of December, this new endgame stuff releases. And here you always have this like poison explosions that can definitely do some damage to you. Still. Even though we have like more than max poison res already with our skills. I can show you in a sec. So we just blast these down. And here you can do the nice teleport as well. Don't run into the fire. Very chill stuff. We can mainly just stand in there because we just have such crazy defensive values. 15k life is also nice to reach. We'll stay here for long. Maybe we can show you here. Here we have 73 resistance to our stuff. So we can just chill in these monsters while we're looking at our stats. Very nice. So yeah, we can kind of take a bath in all these elites. And it mostly is going to be okay. Well, see, we just killed all these elites. And you don't really run into too much risk of dying, even though this is like the one where we could stand in those poison explosions. But yeah, Flame Shield might be the deal breaker here. Yeah, 17k armor on a sorcerer is crazy, and we can keep it like pretty comfortable as well. Here we have it like beyond, like instantly, like when we just start the pull. Because our chain lightning goes everywhere and gives us this armor. Right now it's overkill, right? Anything over like 14k is like completely not needed. But yeah, for Abattoir of Zir, it might be necessary to have this much armor. But we'll see in the end. But yeah, this is the current build. I'm gonna put the planner in the description as well. So we made like a couple of changes. So Shaco was already standard in the build. So we changed Raiment of the Infinite for a toughness orientated chest. This one has total armor, distant, I think it's very important. Damage reduction from burning. Again, we have fire bolt enchantment here instead of ball lightning to give us that damage reduction. It also allows us for like a permanent disobedience uptime. But a crazy armor, and we also have another burning damage reduction wall on our off-end. Now instead of normal damage reduction here, which is just multiplicative with Shaco, you can see it here. Okay, this is the Shaco damage reduction here. 7.3 is base with the chest. Yeah, and Shaco basically gives us this 20, and this one is just a multiplier to this. But it's still decent, but I think close would be even more ideal. So you kind of want like a good balance between burning, distant, and close damage reduction. So yeah, quadruple defensive chest. Then we are playing Verse Mastery, and this one gives us another 27% plus another 20%. So you're gonna have a ton. I just did unequipped Shaco, so that's why Ice Blade's gone. So you're gonna have a ton of damage reduction from that. Additionally, like the Verse alone is giving you 47% damage reduction, basically. Then we have these here. I choose to use the lucky hit primary resource. Like with this, we just have infinite resources, I feel. I haven't experimented completely with it. Like you don't necessarily need this. You can also go for a more offensive with int. But since we don't have like, we have chosen a fourth offensive defensive stat on our offhand, we took the resource one here. Because you don't really have a defensive choice here. And I think for Abattoir of Zir, you want to have good damage, but you also want to be tanky. Then we have the Tybet's Will. So this one is very important for our resources. Like you see here, we have, if we just press spacebar, we get like 100 mana back instantly, basically. It's completely insane. And we also, with the implicit on our boots, we reset it. right with Flicker Steps. Like, this one just gets instantly reset. And like this, we already have infinite mana. We don't even have to do anything. Like, just use this and become unstoppable like that to get all the mana that you need. But yeah, if we get some lucky hits in, like, it's just infinite. Yeah, Flicker Step to reduce our ultimate cooldown. Then we have Storm Swell. So this is like the main change that we made, this one. And then we have Big Weapon here, 922, not perfect, but still good stats. Close, Mastery, all int is very good. Offhand here as well. Crit, cooldown is the most important. Then mana cost, you can also go for the resource generation. But I think mana cost is pretty cool. Our stuff only costs 36 mana right now. And we have it on the amulet as well. This gun could even roll like 3% higher. But I think I'm pretty good overall with 36 cost. Here we play the barrier, more damage. Again, we have always barrier with all of our stuff here. Whenever we cast like random cooldown spells as well. And then we are using the Chain Lightning. This one gives us like some crazy resources back whenever we are in the fight and really balling away together with the Chain Lightning enchant after every 100 mana, and we spend it really fast and boom, get another mana. And just like that we get a bunch of procs, we also get a bunch of disobedience procs, and we get a bunch of resources back every 100 mana that we spend. +3 mastery is about 25% damage. This is on the amulet. So we chose armor roll on the amulet instead of movement speed. We're not playing Asu in this tanky setup, we're playing Flicker Step. Movement speed is nice to have still, but there's just better options here with the 30% armor, and this is how we reach crazy armor values together with the Iron Skill Elixir. So we'll see how much we need. This build almost has, I think if you have perfect stats everywhere, you're gonna have 18k armor. We'll see if that much is even needed, right? But it's easy to just drink another elixir. You can drink a attack speed elixir if you feel like you only need 15k armor, or 16k I think it is. We'll see, but right now we have almost 18k with this amulet. Then obviously we are playing Tarasha here. We need to trigger all 4 elements. So we're triggering cold with ice blades, we're triggering fire with flame shield, we are triggering lightning with ball lightning, and we are also triggering poison, which is the 4th stack. It gives you 60% damage multiplicatively with infection here with the pox. So we play Metamorphosis again for the resources. It's important to keep this at level 1 so you can become unstoppable more often. I've talked about it a lot now. Do not level up your Metamorphosis, or if you have already done so already, yeah, your character is kind of bricked for the endgame and you are encouraged to level up a new character. I know this sucks, but maybe they can change this in the future. So it actually, Metamorphosis is better on level 1 than it is on level 4 because it allows you to be unstoppable for less time so you can become unstoppable more often to get their resources. Then we are playing Ravenous for the attack speed on Lucky Hit. Crazy synergy with Ball Lightning, the attack speed. Infection with Tarasha. Anticipation here for our ultimates, Unstable Currents. I can cast this even more often. You can also choose to go another defensive route here with either Undying. You can go defensive with Undying, you can go offensive with Domination if you're playing Raiment. Like, we'll have to see how much armor we need. Like maybe going back to Raiment and we're still gonna rock like 15k armor, right? And have a lot more damage. We'll see what we need. But definitely have an Asu and a Raiment ready as a switch. And then we might switch around to some of these powers. But for now, this is what I chose to go with. And again, there's a couple more defensive options, such as the healing. And there's also one that gives you damage reduction, right? It would be this one here, Resilience. It's also playable. It has good synergy with Barrier and Low Life. But we'll see what we do there. Then, as far as the skills go, we changed a bit as well. Just points and Firebolt for the enchantment effect and also to unlock. Then we have 3 Impotent Warding, and this is the one that gives you resistance when you attack. So you can see here my resistance right now looks like this. And whenever I attack, it goes up. See, we can have 73, 73, 73, 70, 70. So we don't need to have any all res on any of our gear. We have it all in Paragon and skills. So pretty nice to get another like 3 max res to 3 of our resistances. So pretty good stuff. Then we have the Elemental Dominance here. Mastery skills deal more damage when cast above 15 mana. Really good stuff as well. Flame Shield here. This one is going to be really important for our 12 Zeo Maxus Immortal. Teleport with extra 30% damage reduction. Really good. Then we have 1 point here in Elemental Attunement. It can, like, if you do it correctly, you can always reset your flame shield if that's the only defensive skill on your bar that is on cooldown. I think if we go in, let me see if we can do it here right now. Yeah, it probably has to be in density. If we get a lucky hit proc, it's gonna instantly reset the flame shield if we have a lot of density. And that's gonna make it really strong, if we can do it here. Currently not right now, I'm not getting procs. But yeah, in theory you can reset your flame shield if it's the only skill that is on cooldown, right? Keep these alive for further tests. So that's what this one is good for, but 1 point is fine, usually, because if you are in like a big AoE scenario and not like fighting 2 monsters like I was here, it's gonna reset very quickly. Then we have the Ice Armour for barrier and mana generation. Then we have here Align the Elements. This time we have it maxed, so it builds up the damage reduction even further or even faster. It also persists for 2 seconds after you take damage. It's this the bar here. It's actually a 40% damage reduction, and it stacks up at level 3 at 9 per second. So it's really good. Because after you press your flame shield, it lasts for how many seconds? 2.5 seconds. So you already have above 20% damage reduction when you come out of flame shield for the next 2 seconds. So it's really good. Mana shield here, even more damage reduction. Protection, this one gives you barrier. Really important also for our multipliers here. Then we have Conjuration Mastery. We have the Ice Blades also. We get another 3% multiplicative, and we can have more of them. Devouring Blaze in general is a very good synergy with the burn that we have now from Firebolt enchantment. We get crit damage multiplier from this. We have Rigorous Strikes to Crackling Energy, and we also get mana when we pick up Crackling Energy. Ball Lightning maxed, obviously. Unstable Currents maxed. Then we have like movement speed here. Like this could be changed around, but like having some good movement speed for dodging stuff, getting out of dangerous situations, I think is really good. And last but not least, we have the VYR Mastery here for the crazy damage reduction, and together with our chest, even more damage reduction. Ice Blades is there for the cold proc of Tarasha. You don't get it from Nova, because Nova does not give you any... Is it that? I don't even know how the skills look. Here, Nova. It does not do any damage, but this one does actual cold damage, right? This one gets you extra cold damage. Okay. And then for the Paragon board, this one we might still change around a bit. I did some changes already. Obviously with Abattoir of Zero we have the new glyph. And we're gonna put in a new board. I'll yet have to figure that one out. But right now we're playing with Elementalist. Again, good synergy with Tarasha. Static Surge, this one makes everything vulnerable. Territorial for extra damage reduction, 15% actually closed enemies on... This one is actually completely OP on Sorc. It's 5% more than on Barb. Like on Barb, if you know Territorial from our previous videos, it only gives 10 damage reduction. Here it gives 15. So really good. Exploit is also different here. New multiplier. We have Charged here. We get more damage when we pick up Crackling Energy. Destruction here for even more damage. And then here we have Reinforced now in this board here. But it also gives us damage reduction when we have a barrier, and it also gives a multiplier here to damage reduction from burning enemies. We burn them with our Firebolt enchant. Then we have Adept here in the final board with good mastery multipliers. But yeah, that's the Ball Lightning Sorc Tanky version. I have the planner right here, I put in the description. Again, the Paragon board, I'll definitely adjust slightly still once we have the Tears of Blood glyph, obviously. We'll have to figure out where we ideally integrate that. But I'll get into it a bit more as we go closer to that. And I'm gonna have this link changed here, the push version. But yeah, Mage Lord is the biggest change that we do. We get Tarasha in, we get Flicker Steps in, and we get the Ice Blades plus the Infection in here for the stacks. And we get the Firebolt enchantment with the burning damage reduction on offhand and chest to become Giga Tanky with Mage Lord, and we get an armor roll on our amulet. So we're rocking 11k armor. It gets pretty crazy, man. Like, it's gonna be 18k armor when we're buffed. Pretty good stuff on this Sorc. So Ball Lightning can still do about 200 million DPS with all the stuff, while being extremely tanky and potentially even immortal with Flame Shield. And we could even drop Unstable Currents and take in something like Deep Freeze. Really depends on how much damage the monsters will do in Abattoir of Zir. But next to, obviously, when Abattoir of Zir releases, we're going to start with the Hoda buff first. And we'll see how that's going to go. And I also definitely want to try the Sorcerer, how far we can push that. Hope you enjoyed this overview, my friends. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.